Looking for professional photography services? At the Stones, we specialize in capturing excellence. From executive launches to timeless weddings, we aim to deliver with a modern touch. To us, every detail matters. Your brand, your memories, your legacy. So whether you're celebrating a milestone or building one, we make it unforgettable. Book or contact us today. The Stones, exceptional service you can trust.
I was at CBU studying bioinformatics. I knew in my final year that I probably will not work a day for anyone else in my life. Parents have always given me the freedom to make my own decisions, and I am grateful to them for that. I managed to save up money, and the motorbike was purchased. I purchased my motorbike, but then I didn't have what to pay the person. Have the bike, you don't have the money to pay someone to be on a salary. There are people who would book a taxi, but it's not a taxi. They want you to go in ShopRite and buy something for them and deliver to them. So I was like, okay, the need for this service is there. And yeah, that's how I started Ntumai.
Why the name Ntumai?
Yeah, being a proud Kopala representative, it's African as well. So I didn't want anything English, anything fancy, anything chat GPT. No, I didn't want any of that. So that is where Ntumai, which was Kaunde, came in. People started knowing about the service. Now we had this bike. The bike had the label on it. Now we were visible. And all of a sudden, what looked like, okay, this was just at the back of my head, started maturing, and you could look at it and go like, wow, that's mine. Like I did that. And when you're at that place as an entrepreneur, you don't want to go back.
Ntumai is send me. So when it comes to your services, are there any restrictions on what kind of errands you can run for them?
Yeah, I mean, with every service, right? You can't be Tom Cruise. You can't all of a sudden make impossible missions become possible. Right? But we try as much as possible to do what is within our bounds. Firstly, we do not expect to be sent to do anything that is not legal, right? Something that is not carry parcels that are not legal, carry parcels that maybe for examples, maybe anything that has to do with drugs or anything like that.
Wait, do you ever ask the clients what kind of package you're sending?
If it's wrapped, yes.
Okay.
I will ask what's in this, because at the end of the day, you don't want to get in trouble, right? So even the regulators will tell you, even as you're getting your license and everything, they'll tell you that, okay, there are things you can carry and there are things you can't. And yeah, in terms of errands, anything that someone else can do for you, that anything that someone else can do for you, we want to be able to do that. Maybe currently we might face some hurdles in terms of, because of time. Maybe some errands would require someone doing it for the whole day, and right now we have riders, and these are the same errand runners. But as we expand our portfolio, we actually want to separate service providers from riders. So that means the person who's doing the shopping, the person who's running the errand, is not the person delivering to you. So as we grow, as the demand grows, we will have people that are registering on our platform, because we are not just big on doing the service, but we also want to create opportunity for young people out there who maybe have just finished grade 12 and want to start saving up for school. And we know every young person has a smartphone these days. So we are developing an application that will enable people. When you just have a smartphone, you have your NRC, you can register as an errand runner. And when someone needs a service, someone needs an errand run, a shopping, something to be bought at Soweto, we do not have to go. A rider parks his bike, then he starts. No, you could do that. You get paid for that. And then the rider just picks it from you and then delivers it to the person. You want something that need some lining up or a day spent or anything, we'll charge for the time. Time is currency. Zambians, time is currency. Like, I need to emphasize this to my Zambian time people. Time is a currency, and we need to learn that as a nation, that time is a very big currency, and we will make sure that you get paid for your time. In the West, up north in Europe, people get paid for working jobs that are 2-hour shifts, 5-hour shift. It's why one person can have 3 jobs. One of the reasons why we do not have a lot of jobs in this country is because most of the jobs are just 9 to 5. In fact, it's 8 to 5 here in Zambia. But we are trying to make sure that you can be a gig worker in Zambia. That is someone who just can provide a certain service for 2 hours, 3 hours, get off it, go do something else. And Ntumai will make that possible. So it's not just us they'll be sending, it's you, because this is not ours, it's for everyone. Ntumai is not being built just for me, but it's being built for each and every individual
for all of
out
us.
there. Yes.
Okay. When you were starting out, what were some of the challenges that you faced?
Raising capital is a big challenge. Finding the monies, and I would love to tell every entrepreneur out there, it's not the money that starts the business. I got to learn that it's the customer. Once you have someone who can pay, you have somewhere to start, and you don't have to think big. Like, most people definitely think, I can't have a courier service without a bike, right? But I had one. I always tell people, when I'm telling my story, most people would think I'm a motivational speaker who would tell them that, no, I started my poultry house with one feather. But but no, this is not motivation. This is my story, and it's reality. One of my biggest capitals has been social capital. That is the people you know. The people who you know will vouch for you in rooms that you probably are not even aware they're speaking about you. The people you know will help you to start something that's a dream. Your family, your friends, and everyone, they'll support you, and they'll link you to opportunities. They'll link you to some of these things that you want to start. So when the challenge was capital, it was a big challenge. But I got to figure it out by, talking to my family, talking to people, having a friend help me start the service, and things like that. So it's how we got started. Everyone who's been a part of my team didn't start out because I promised them a lump sum of money or I did what. No, it was the vision and what I have. So sometimes just know the right people and you go through it. Yeah, aside from capital, really, it's handling people. There are people who were with us along the way, they fell out. There are people who we had to get rid of because they just couldn't represent what we are. So I think that would actually be one of the biggest things for me, because I'm someone who likes things very perfect. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist. It's a strength and a weakness sometimes. So finding people that would help me build my dream, own it as well, and put it out there as good as I envisioned it was very hard, and treat people as good as we wanted those people to be treated was very hard. Sometimes you'd have client complaints, no, your rider did this, your rider wasn't, polite, your rider was rude, your rider did this, and things like that. So even building that team is something that we get to do step by step. And currently, I think I have a good team, and now I know what to look for in people.
There could be someone that is also going through the same challenges that you went through, and they need a way out. They want a solution. When it came to the customer complaints, how did you manage to fix it? Like work around with your team. Work around it with your team.
Okay. First thing that a customer wants is for you to show them that you're transparent, you're not hiding from them, you're not running away, and they want you to acknowledge what they are feeling. Like they want you to say, oh, that's bad, that happened, that's bad. So when it comes to customer service, don't push away whatever complaint that the client had. Like I once had a client complain that, oh, your rider was delivering food, his hair was uncombed, and like that's someone would say, no, that, but it's, I'm like, oh, sorry, we'll make sure that they look presentable. So even as you are handling your customers, make sure that number one, you keep contact. Do not ever cut. Don't, once you just stop communicating with a customer, what you build now is tension. Like lack of communication builds tension. So you need to know, your customer needs to know that you are there to respond at every point when you're going through all that. So you need to be big on communication, and we are also big on trust. We want people to trust us. We are very transparent in how we do our things, and we're very polite and friendly with customers. And where we can't, you want to make sure that you under-promise but over-deliver. So if you are running a service and you're supposed to do it in 1 hour, and you know that's how long it will take, you can say, okay, it will take us about 1 hour, 30 minutes, and maybe the rider will be there. Then the customer will have 1 hour, 30 minutes, and the rider will be there in an hour. And they'll be like, oh, that was fast. Oh, thank you. Then you're building a good customer relationship. But if you keep saying 5 minutes in Shafika, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Otherwise, Ntumai is big on trust. Even we say trust Ntumai to do it for you, and that's what we are big on.
All right. Throughout this whole business, were there any times when you asked to run a certain errand that you're not comfortable with, or maybe deliver something?
Deliver something that we are not comfortable with. Nothing I can remember over the top of my head, but there've just been a few things maybe that have been challenging, and you have to just figure a way out, like, can we actually do this? Some things are actually an eye opener that you could do something like this as well, like running lab results for someone. They sent through samples all the way from Mazabuka, and they said Ntumai will receive them and take them to the lab and then get the results and send them to us, because they couldn't travel and they had a very sick patient. It was an elderly man, and they needed their results that very day. When they first called me, I wasn't sure we could do that. And it's something that when you say we are going to do this, you need to do it.
Yeah.
So even before I got the order, first thing is I followed up, like, what's the procedure with the lab? I made follow-ups, contacts, and so it wasn't uncomfortable, but it was new, and we needed to make sure that if we're going to commit to doing this, we deliver, because it might actually be a life that's at risk.
Yeah, it was a life. Yeah.
Yes.
You mess up.
Yes, if we mess this up, So that's been, I think, one of those interesting things that we got to do. But yeah, no one has given us drugs. Hopefully no one will. Yeah.
Yeah. So roughly, I'd say you started your business 3 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. So from when you started, I know you started with your friend as the first employee. How many employees do you have now?
Okay. So I would love to maybe expand employees into how many job opportunities that we have, because that sometimes can be seasonal. So I'll give an example. Right now, I have a controlled fleet of about 4 riders. So what I mean by controlled fleet, it's because this has been the rise of competition on the market. There was a time I thought at the end of the year, I would actually even go to 10, maybe even 15 riders. But I got to notice that competition started rising, on the market, and now you even found yourself serving competition. So we are controlling the fleet because of the demand and what we have, and we're in this era now that we are building to expand Ntumai and expand our portfolio and what we do. Like I said, we're currently working on an application. So that application, except from the riders that we have, has also opened up opportunities for other people. So we've got a team, we've contracted a tech company that is helping them build this application. And we have about 3 guys currently working on this application, coding and doing everything, being paid by us. And then aside from that, we also have 1 intern who's working with us as a business admin, and that's my sister. Yeah,
That's nice.
That's my sister. Yeah, so we've created an opportunity that I'm looking into, probably even in the future as we get to scale. We'll probably have internships in technology also. We also have a CTO who's helping us on a consultation basis, someone who's constantly helping us on in-house what the development should look like and making sure our contracted people are doing the right things and are making something that is scalable. So already if we're counting, that's 4, that's 8, and then there's the intern. Then we have another person who's, I would say by now, he's been there the longest. You would even say he's like a co-founder, and he's helping us in marketing. And he's been there. Someone who, if I'm out, I can even leave the business with him. He knows the ins and outs of the business. And yeah, he's been helping us with that. And there is me. Yeah, there is me. This is putting food on my table. It's not that I just watch, of course. It's why we do it, right? Yeah. So you'll realize that the job opportunities that Ntumai is creating now are a lot more than just who's on the road and the face that you're seeing. And like I said, we're expanding, building an application. And when we build this application, you'll realize that our target, for example, is if we could get on board maybe even 1,000 riders, like in Lusaka. And if you notice, Lusaka has a lot of riders and a lot of people. If you can get in those people, those are opportunities that we are creating, jobs that we'll be creating. We can also get in, like we said, gig workers, errand runners, all those people who we want to have on the application. So all those jobs can be created with Ntumai, and it will open up opportunity for a lot of people. Yeah.
It's safe for me to call you a millionaire, right?
It depends. If we are talking about Malawian kwacha. No, I am not a millionaire. Yet. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I'm almost there. And God willingly, I'll be there. Yeah.
So I saw one of the riders outside. Can we have a quick chat with him?
Yeah, please. Sure thing. You do have a chat with him. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm with Bill right now, one of the riders. Hi, Bill.
Hello, madam.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm great. How is your experience working with Ntumai? How are you finding it?
Okay, I can say at the moment I don't have negatives. Yeah, I can say it's just all right, and the operations are just okay. Sure.
How does it make you feel working with Ntumai?
Yeah, I'm comfortable and I'm proud because that's the source of that's where I manage all my living. Okay. I don't depend on anyone, but I depend on the same job.
When you look at where the founder is running his business, do you ever reach a point where you feel discouraged or you are encouraged?
No, I don't feel discouraged. Like the distance where it is, it doesn't affect me because it's not even like maybe every day I come to see him here. No. Sometimes I just see wake up, I start off from home there. I just go direct on the order. Yeah, I do an order and then I work the whole day. When I knock off, I'll just go home. I don't have to come to his place.
Okay. What's one thing you love about Ntumai?
On to my the first one, maybe can start with the bosses. They are good people. They understand us very well. They even grant us our wishes, and they also get advices from us.
Okay.
Yeah, so about that, it's a good part of them. And then also the way we operate our operating system, yeah, it's so good. I like it.
Okay. What can you tell the would-be clients or people that would like to work with Ntumai along the way? What would you like to tell them?
I can just advise everyone to trust us because we've been doing this. There are also some other clients. They are not even in Lusaka.
Yeah.
We do errands like shopping. Then we'll send wherever the person is. We use some other services like the platinum and Mercury and some others, or even buses. After we do shopping, we'll put the thing on the bus, like Intercity or just any other bus. There are also some others. They are not even in Zambia. They are not even in Africa. So we do errands and then someone will just send the money. We do shopping like we take to the in-law or the brother or the sister.
Okay.
We deliver there.
This is one thing that you've learned working with Ntumai.
One of the things is to be calm to everyone. Yeah. Because there are some clients who are not so friendly. Yeah, there are some who are rude. And so you find that someone will harass you. So if you react back, you are losing clients. Yeah, someone will not order again. So I just learned to become, no matter how painful it is, you just hold it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Bill.
All right, you're welcome, madam. Thank you.
You are in a very competitive business. So how, what makes you different from the other courier services? Because some of them have started and they have failed and they have stopped, but then we still have you that is still standing. So what makes you different from these other courier services?
Okay. So aside from the fact that we are going the extra mile in ensuring that we're delivering a service that is just beyond courier, as earlier, like the example that I gave, where we helped deliver lab results and get them on time. We run different errands for people, and our riders are not constrained to just picking your parcel and delivering it. They will help you, especially for those that are currently not in Lusaka. We have customers who are outside Lusaka and would like to purchase certain things in Lusaka. If there's anyone you could trust, it's Ntumai, because with Ntumai, we'll be able to verify some of those items that you're about to get. You know, there's a lot of what you see is not what you get when you're buying things online, and people have this perception of Lusaka to say people are crooks in Lusaka. But with Ntumai, we'll make sure that what you're buying is what you thought you're buying. We actually had this scenario some weeks ago over a phone that was fake, and our rider was able to tell that it's fake for a client, and he was almost attacked by the guys. Hey, you know what? Don't get a business, but it's what we do. It was our reputation at stake. If we ship something that is fake to a client, how are they going to feel? So yeah, we do that. And aside from that, we've also gone into the corporate space. So our partnerships do not only rely on one door-to-door deliveries and that's it. We've gone into the corporate space. We have partners that are pharmaceuticals, pharmacies. We have law firms who do document delivery. So we are able to handle even very sensitive documents for lawyers whom we deliver to their clients and we get them signed. We deliver back to the firm, and such partnerships that are on contracts. I would say even monthly contracts where they just pay us at the end of the month, depending on things that we've done. So that is how we are able to be different and how we do it. You know, everyone can want to do the same thing, but you being you makes you different. And we take us being homegrown, us being born and bred in Lusaka. We know the corners of Lusaka in and out, you know, in comparison to someone who just come from out there and try to do it. So that makes us unique. That makes us different. And all the other services that hopefully in the future we'll be able to implement will help us stand out. Yeah.
Okay. When we came, you showed me where you ran your business from, and I am inspired. But then I have this one question. Most people think when it comes to running your business or starting a business, you need to have this huge office in a very fancy place, very fancy location. But you ran your business from here at home in your family home. What word of advice would you give to these other young entrepreneurs that want to start big?
Yeah. Business is not about it's not about the end goal, really. Like, the end goal should be in your mind more than in your now. If all you think about is, I want to make money, it's all right to say, I want to make money because I want to have a very nice house, a nice car and everything in the future. But you need to understand what the timeline should look like. You do not want to use your first money to getting the latest phone, because phones have gone up to 50,000 kwacha now. You're owning a phone. And if you count that in business and capital, that's a lot of money that you can actually reinvest and grow. So for everyone out there who thinks you need to start big, no, you can start small. You can start small. Start with what you have. Start from where you are. If you do not have someone to help you market in a certain way, or you do not have proper packaging, that's 5-star, that's everything. You've got the products that you want to sell, but you think, if I put it on the market like this, people will look down on me. No, start with that, because how else are you going to find a customer? You need to validate your business. So don't think owning a 5-star office or anything can bring you money. No, there are people out there with offices and they do not have enough money. All they are doing is just paying the rentals and all that. So you need to make sure that what you have is something that will not hinder your progress as a business, will not hinder your growth. So start from wherever you are, and then from there you keep growing. Don't think you're too small. Don't think anything is anything is not good enough. There's a principle that I learned called design thinking, especially human-centered design thinking, that will tell you that in business you have to fail early. What that simply means is you don't have to fail when you already have this product that you think is good. You don't increment when you're building a business. You don't say, okay, when we have this perfect office, then we will have this perfect service that we are running, then we will have this. No, you don't do that. In business, you iterate. So the difference between incrementing and iterating is that when you're iterating, you start with what you have, like, okay, what do we need to do? We need to deliver to people. What can we use? A wheelbarrow. Okay, let's use it. That's what we have. When you notice how the wheelbarrow is working, you're like, okay, the same way I started with the car, noticed the cost was too much. How do I reduce on the cost? Then you learn. So that was a failure, but that wasn't a failure to say, this is expensive, let me stop the business. No, it was a failure, a chance to iterate. So you need to design your business with the customer in mind, because if you're designing a business without the customer in mind, you'll just be painting a picture, looking nice, looking flashy because we want to look a certain way, but are people actually buying your service and using what you have? So it's not about where you are positioned. Yes, of course, those things will matter at a certain stage, at a later stage, but for now, use what you have, not until you can afford, and move with that. Yeah.
5 years from now, 10 years from now, where do you want to see Ntumai?
You know that office that people have when they're broke, but they just look nice? Yeah. Firstly, I'll be in that office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Firstly, I'll be in that office. But also, I'm not just thinking Lusaka. I'm thinking Zambia. I'm not just thinking Zambia. I'm thinking Africa. You know, right now we are talking about opportunities that are coming across in Africa because of the Africa Free Continental Trade Area. And Zambia is very strategically positioned. We've got the 8 neighboring countries that whom we can leverage on, expand. We want to be able to have Ntumai, have something done in South Africa and brought to your doorstep here in Zambia. We want to not only courier parcels to you, but we are revolutionizing what transport and logistics overall will look like for Zambia and the future. We are making sure that we are not just encouraging people to bring in solutions from out there into Zambia, but we want Zambia to be the hub of these solutions, to be able to help its own people, create opportunities for its own people. And we are calling everyone there who's able to support something that is homegrown and has the potential for growth, because we do have a potential for growth, and we've got a potential to be employers massively, be very good economic contributors. So I see Ntumai making a difference in a lot of young people's lives and a lot of other people's lives by them trusting us, and the trust will go on from Zambia to Africa.
Random question. What's one thing you change about Zambia?
What's one thing I'll change about Zambia? Am I protected?
You are protected. You're safe.
One thing I would change about Zambia.
Just one thing.
Our mindset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
There's a big mindset shift that needs to happen in Zambia. It's one of the reasons why I'm mostly passionate about children and the youth, because I believe there are people whom you can shape. You know, in Chewa they say, Kongola mtengo kali waongono. That means you can only straighten a tree when it's still small. You can't straighten a tree after it grows. And I feel that's something that's limiting a lot of Zambians right now. Mindset shift needs to happen. People need to change their perception of things, how they perceive people, how they select leaders, and how they do that. All that comes from the mindset, that's the Zambian time thing and all those things. They need to come from a mindset shift. Maybe it's a lack of exposure for some people. Maybe some of us have just been privileged enough to see opportunities beyond maybe where you grew up. You've seen things out there, you've researched out there. So if there's something I could change about Zambia, it's just the mindset. Because there are people out there, you go to their countries out there where you visit, and the people there are just, the mindset is different, and you're intrigued. You're like, okay, people actually think better here.
Any closing remarks, last words to the viewers out there?
I think this goes out to every young person out there with a dream. Your dreams do not need to be validated by people out there. Once you start seeking validation, some of it might actually be discouraging. You need to know that what you have and what God has placed on your head has a purpose, and you were set apart to do it. So be bold enough to stand out. Be bold enough to fight even against the biggest brands out there. Be bold enough to believe in yourself, in what you do. But do not be stagnant. Do not close up yourself, be in a position where you can expand, you can rethink, you can relearn, you can re-strategize, and that will be a good recipe for success. Don't wait for that $1 million to hit your account to call yourself a success, but where you are and what you've done, just keep at it because you're already successful. You just keep growing on that. Yeah. So for those of you that love to call or hitting us on WhatsApp, we are free to chat. We are free to run your errands and all your courier through bookings, through phone. Aside from visiting our website, which is www.ntumai.com, you can also book us on WhatsApp and on call using the number +260 776 604 969. That's +260 776 604 969. And we'll be able to run your errands. Remember to trust Ntumai to do it for you.
Well, thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you very much for coming into my lovely home.
Thank you for this very beautiful home.
You're welcome.
And thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
So there you have it. If you are not encouraged by his story, what else will? Like I always say, support local.